Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to start with this. So, number one, we hear from the ANC that they're doubling down. They are indeed going ahead with the expulsion of the former president. Is this the best move for the African National Congress? Let's start there.
Good morning to you and good morning to your viewers. Well, I think the ANC finally realized that delaying the expulsion of the former president of the ANC and of the country is not serving the ANC any good purpose. You'll recall that last year when the news that former President Jacob Zuma is going to support the MK party, there were some speculations that the ANC must take actions. The ANC must discipline him. And they didn't want to discipline him because they felt at that point that if they deal with him at that particular time before the elections, some people might sympathize with him. This is why the process unfolded after the elections. But after the elections, they realized that it did not have any impact for them to delay the process of disciplining the former president because the ANC still did not win the elections. They did not receive the majority vote. So now it does not make any impact now for them to follow the due processes of the political party in terms of the support from the people.
Yeah, that's particularly interesting, isn't it? Because then it speaks to, well, the timing and why now would be important. Is that perhaps to do with us winding down the year, us getting to the end of the year? I mean, one can't deny that next year, perhaps not an election year, but 2026 is coming. And when you look at the moves by the MK party lately, certainly with people coming out of the EFF, to join the MK party, what are the implications of this going to be for the ANC?
Well, any party that comes from the ANC is destabilizing the ANC. And especially if that particular party is gaining a momentum, it means that many people from the ANC will be supporting that political party. And at the moment, if you look at what the MK party is saying to people, they are saying things that are actually discussed in the ANC. So people who are not clear about the program of action and what needs to be done in terms of improving the lives of the people in South Africa, people might not be able to distinguish between both languages that are spoken in the ANC and in the MK party. And some people think that maybe it's better to find a new home. That's why you find people coming from the EFF, coming from the ANC and other political parties joining the MK party. Well, you are raising a very important point. We are only almost more than a year away to the local government elections. And this is also very interesting to see how the political parties will mobilize people to support them in the local government elections in 2026. But by the look of things now, the decline in both political parties, the ANC and the EFF, I think they will have to work extra hard to outshine the MK party in terms of the support, because the people that are coming from the ANC and the EFF are joining the MK party. And you see that they are gaining a momentum. But I think the focus of EFF and the ANC should not be on the MK party. But I think both political parties need to do a self-introspection, have a look at where did they go wrong, why they are losing support on the ground, and not necessarily relying on leaders, because leaders of different structures have a different observation of what is happening on the ground. And I think both political parties must go back on the ground and have a look at what is needed by the people and how they can support the people, which I think at this point, the MK party have played a very key role in playing with the minds and the emotions of the people by saying what needs to be done and why those things are not done. So now, in other words, what they are saying is, should they be given power, they will correct all the wrongs that are happening.
Yeah, you can't deny that I suppose the position taken by the Jacob Zuma Foundation is one that begs the question: what is next then that the former president will do to deal with the matter? So of course, Newzroom Afrika last night speaking with Mzwanele Manyi, and he's quoted as saying that talking, of course, about how the former president will consult political structures as well as legal advisors. But Manyi quoted as saying, the consultation will be in two parts, the legal team and the political space, his branch in Nkandla, the region and province, and the process of political consultation. A view will be taken as to whether the matter is to be taken to the highest decision-making structure of the ANC, which is conference. So it looks like there's quite a few steps here that the president, or former president rather, can take. How successful do you think he can be in some of those measures?
I don't think those steps will have any results or a different outcome, because the ANC have structures, and then I don't think the former president, not being a member of the ANC, even have that prerogative to go to members and structures of the ANC, because his matter is between him and the NEC and the NDC. So I don't think they will even give him that opportunity to raise his concerns. But historically, there are members who were expelled in the ANC who have tried different avenues and they have not been successful. I will just talk about the former member of the ANC, General Bantu Olomisa, in 1996, where he was expelled, and he took the matter to court. He followed other processes, but his expulsion remained. There was no difference. And also that one of the former ANC Youth League president. So I don't think there will be any different outcome now based on on the decision that was taken by the ANC National Disciplinary Committee, or the Appeals Committee. And again, I think the former president is writing the new history in the ANC, because what is happening between him and the ANC is completely different to how the ANC have dealt with issues of members who have joined other political parties, or members who have done wrong in the ANC or contravened with the constitution of the ANC.
Yeah. Dr. Mbandlwa, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, and I imagine that there'll be more discussion as we get into the new week. A political analyst there, Dr. Zamo Mbandlwa.